So, how's everybody doing out there? Well, welcome to day 13 of Corona Online School, and we're about to finish the last two units of the semester. So, let's jump right in. So, today we want to talk about ratios, which are really nothing more than fractions. So, sounds like a big fancy word, but just remember they're just another word for fraction. So, three ways that ratios can be written are like a fraction, so a over b. You can write it in words, a to b, or you can write it with colons, a colon b. So number one, we would obviously do if we're in class, but since we're not in class, we'll go ahead and skip 1, 2, and 3. And let's jump right into proportions, which again sounds like a nice fancy word, but we've actually been doing this already. So if you remember how I told you to test to see whether things were equivalent fractions or not, that's what we're going to do here. So we want to cross multiply to see if something is equivalent or to see if they're proportional. So like for 4a, determine which of these are proportions. So again, what we want to do is think of this as we're trying to test and see whether they're equivalent fractions. So just cross multiply. So 6 times 12, does it equal 8 times 10? So 6 times 12 is the same thing as 72. 8 times 10 is 80. So they're obviously not equal. So that means they're not proportional or they're not equivalent fractions. So again, same thing. All right, so let's look at number 5. I'll leave the rest of 4 for you guys to do. So 5, again, we're trying to find the value of x that makes each of these a proportion, or again, if you want to think of it as equivalent fractions. So again, what we want to do is cross multiply. So 8 times x is 8x. 12 times 10 is 120. Then divide both sides by 8. And we get x equals 15 in this case. So again, I'll leave the rest of 5 for you guys to do, but again, just do it the same way. And then finally, 6, we've got some word problems. So again, these are all going to be set up exactly the same way. So just the main thing you want to remember with word problems is make sure like you want to put similar units across from each other. So it doesn't matter which way you line the fraction up, just make sure they match up. So in this case, we've got 12 erasers cost $8.04. Miss Orton bought $14.07 worth of erasers. How many erasers did she buy? So in this case, I'm going to take the first part and write it as a fraction. So I'm going to put erasers on top and money on the bottom. So that means for my next fraction, I have to have erasers on the top and money on the bottom. So I know the money, so I can put it on the bottom, but what I don't know is the actual number of erasers. So again, from there, we just cross multiply. 12 times 14.07. So that gives us 168.84. Divide both sides by 8.04. And so we end up with x equals 21 erasers in this case. All right. So that's it for 7.3. So there'll be another video for 7.4. So good luck. If you have any questions, just let me know.